Sorry, but today we are not going to have much to do. Don't listen to him! We have a ton of things to do today, so let's go. As I told you at the end of the first devlog, I was a bit frustrated because I didn't progress as much as I wanted for the last 2 weeks, so this time, this is something I really want to change. The most important thing I need to work on right now is visual. I don't have any visual to communicate about the game and this needs to change. So I'm gonna start by importing every model I've already did into Unreal Engine and start working on the lighting and the art direction of the game. But first, sports. I just started to import my 3D asset in Unreal Engine and I quickly realized that I have a big issue. Yeah, as you can see, the light comes through the wall. This is because by default in most 3D software, a simple plane does not block the light from the two sides. So I've started to search for something we call backface killing in most 3D software, which basically block the light from the two sides. And thanks to Google, I found that this, yeah, two-sided. And it's working. It's working, but if we look a bit closer, there is some light artifacts that are really not pretty. So yeah, I don't know if this is the better solution, so I decided to try to make a version of the wall with some thickness. And the version with some thickness is way better. As you can see it here on the right with the whole version, we have some light artifacts, and on the left, the version with some thickness which block the light. So yeah, I think I'm gonna add some thickness to all my assets in the future, but I'm curious if some of you have an answer about this and how this works in Unreal Engine. Let me know, because as a VFX artist, I have the habit to suppress all the useless faces, but yeah, maybe it's not a good habit. I was looking for inspiration. Yeah. Okay, so I finally corrected all my models in Blender, added them into Unreal Engine, and I finally added some very simple texture on them, and now I'm working on the art direction of the game. And I remembered something. Today, it's really hard to stand out in the middle of all games. People only stop on Twitter when something is really different. So, what can I do to make my game stand out? And I had an idea. Why not making something like a oldie black and white movie look? My game is taking place in the 50s and it's an investigation horror game, so it totally makes sense. I just started to gather some image references of this look and I really liked it. So I started to implement it in Unreal Engine, and after only 5 minutes tweaking the parameters, it's already looking pretty good. Yeah, I really like it, so I think I'm gonna keep digging into that direction because it could add something very unique to my game. After a few minutes working on the art direction, I was pretty happy with the result, but I realized that I had a lot of dark areas in the room. So I decided to add a feature sooner than I originally wanted to, a flashlight. The balance of it was very interesting to find. I wanted the light to be strong enough to help the player navigate in these dark areas, but not too strong so the player had to come close to an object to see it and be surprised by what could be hid in the dark. After that, I decided to improve my art direction to have a clean test level. To do that, I went back to Blender to clean my models, add some bevels, and to do some custom textures. I finally baked them, export everything, and re-import all that into Unreal Engine. And I also decided to clean my Unreal scene to help me easily modify my level in the future. Easy, right? Except, doing this, baking my texture and cleaning my Unreal scene took me almost a week and a half! Seriously, I had almost finished this devlog when two things happened. First, well, I got a new job for a studio in Paris, so obviously my time became very limited, but the biggest problem was baking texture in Blender is a nightmare! Seriously, it took me almost 2 days to do it for one object! And I still had some issue with it! Seriously! So I tried to use this texturing add-on, which has an automatic baking system. But you can only bake one object at a time, so yeah, it was still very time consuming. And after a week testing different methods, I finally decided to dig in the code and to add by myself the possibility to bake multiple objects at once. And it worked! Yeah! But I probably broke the code by doing this, so I decided to contact the dev into his Discord server and to ask him if he could add this feature in the future. And he answered positively, so thanks for that, Rudy. And after 2 or 3 days baking the texture, adjusting the shaders, and tweaking the parameters, I was tired, but everything was working. And here is the result. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. Because of my current job, this is the only time I've got to take Grim out for a walk. So I'm still not fully awake, but anyway. I love the direction the game is taking. I don't know what you think about this, but at the start I wanted to make a more realistic type of horror game, and I realized that it's too much work for a single newbie game dev like me, and I think I have more chance to make something unique if I have a good art direction and by spending most of my time in the most important parts, which are, in my opinion, scenario, gameplay, ambience, and level design. Yeah, I think. But don't hesitate to tell me in the comment what you think about this and about this black and white look. Don't forget also to like and subscribe if you like the game, if you like this video, and I'll see you soon in the next devlog. Have a nice day.